Welcome back to Tractors and Such. Let's do a walk around and see what we've got to work with here. Alright, so let's see here. We've got a tow bar. Looks to me like a homemade tow bar. It's gonna need some work, but I think we can handle it. I apologize for that tractor noise. We're doing a little work in the flooring of my building, my shop. Well, it's gonna need all new windows and everything. But yeah. So that's what's in here. Mainly a bunch of stuff in here. Oh yeah. It's got seats in here, so that's good. This can probably take 2 hands to put this thing in. I'll put that, shut that door in later. Oh yeah. So, yeah. We got the back hatch right here. Opens them off this tailgate. I don't think, well, I'm not going to pull it open because of that, but oh yeah, I think it'd be a fun little project. Alright, let's go ahead and take the hood off. Well, since the hood, it ain't actually well, get the camera right here if I can. That's what I can do. It's gonna be the best shot I'm gonna get. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and get this hood off. Alrighty, so looks like we got us a old four cylinder. So yeah. Let's see, we got an old rag here. See if the motor, yeah, motor ain't stuck, so that's good. Let's see what we got for oil. I'm done see replacing that one hose out there. Well, that's good. I don't see any signs of, so it ain't over full, but it's in the okay. Well, it's dark, but it ain't in the ad, so, and it ain't over full, so that's good. But we're going to change the oil anyways, but I think I may need to put a little in it just in case, just to see if it will go good and smell it. It don't smell like gas, but it just smells old. So that's good. Alright, let's see what else. It looks like it's got a Jasper factory engine exchange, or been rebuilt some point or something. It looks like it's a Jasper engine exchange, so at some point this has probably been rebuilt or replaced. let's see. Of course, there's a bunch of corrosion stuff and just stuff in the little areas right here. So I'm gonna probably get the blower. I won't have the air hose because this thing's up. I can't get an air hose to reach out here. So yeah. So I'll probably get something else here to blow that off. Oh yeah. Let's see here, the carburetor. Well, that's good. The carburetor ain't stuck, so I could probably rebuild that. I'm assuming this is the accelerator pump right here, so yeah. What kind of carburetors we got? It's got a Carter. It's a Carter carburetor, it looks like. So yeah. Let's see if we can get a date code right here. Probably not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get something else to clean that off. Yeah, probably have to get something to clean that off so I can get the date on it. It's got a how you say it, Koenig Ironworks top on it. So yeah. Well, I'm gonna go get something. We'll blow that off, and I'm gonna soak them plugs. I'm gonna let her set for a day or so with the plugs. Alrighty, so I'm about to fire up my since I don't have a long enough hose to reach from the building to where this Jeep is at, I got another solution here. My secondary air hose. So now let's apply the penetrating oil. See, I think y'all can see, yeah. So alrighty, so if you can tell, I know the days are getting shorter during the winter time. I've got it all soaking down. We'll let her be soaking for around a couple days or so. Then we'll return, which will probably be around a second for you all, whenever we get ready to start trying to attempt to take the plugs out. Alrighty, so it's been around a few days later, and I re-soaked them again. Right here you can see the penetrating oil in there, so I want to try and see if I can break these things loose. I want to go easy on here because these have been sitting for a pretty good while, so yeah. Well, it ain't gonna look like it's gonna be easy. So yeah, it's gonna take me a little while, but yeah. So I want to cut y'all off, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Alrighty, so well, as you see, that's my penetrating oil I put in there. Well, and I got the ratchet on, and I ain't gonna risk breaking them plugs. So what's going to have to happen is I'm going to actually have to try to get this thing running. And so, like, if it warms up, so the heat will help break the plugs loose, which that's what's going to probably have to happen. So, and I've got the jump box hooked up, and off camera I've tried to get it to crank, which I didn't get it to crank. I got the key switch out, and I am getting power to the key switch, but I don't know what else could be. But I am getting power to the key switch. So, and I don't think, I'm probably not getting power to right here. So that's what I think I'm fighting right now. I ain't getting power to the starter part on the solenoid, but I am getting power to the solenoid. So that's what my problem I think it is. So I think my key switch could possibly be bad. And I don't know if I got one on hand, but for now, I'm going to, I got this piece of wire right here, and I'll probably wait till Paul gets back from running the town, but I'm going to try and jump it across from here to here, if I could. So, yeah. But the motor ain't stuck. I can turn it by hand. And that's actually good because I know my motor ain't stuck. So, and yes, and the harmonic balancer down there, the crank pulley, is actually working, or is actually moving, and it's got resistance to the motor, so it ain't stuck, and I think the inside's turning. So I may go ahead and pop this end of the breather out here because I don't really know what could be in here. There could be an S or could not be, but I'm going to be safe and pop this off right here. Alrighty, so I've got this angled piece out, and plus it's a little dirty and a little tad bit rusty in there, just a little, but I don't want to suck all that into my intake when I crank it over. So, and here's the carburetor. It's not stuck or anything. I don't think it's got a throttle return spring on it, but I'm assuming it's supposed to have one, but it goes back, so yeah. And the choke works, but I broke the cable by accident. But that cable, it's all rusted anyway, so yeah. And the valve in here, I put a screwdriver in here, and that valve works, so yeah. But yeah, I don't think the camera could pick it up, but the throttle, the butterfly valve in there is open and closing, so that's good right there. And yeah, so I'm getting ready to jump the solenoid, and we'll see what will happen. Alrighty, so after some troubleshooting, well, the solenoid's bad, because I got Dad over here. Dad came here and helped me. He put this test light on right there, and when I turned the key, it lit up. So my key switch is supposedly working as a band-aid right now. I may have to replace it eventually, but I got a solenoid. I luckily had one in the cabinet, so I'm going to take that one off. I'm going to replace this one. I ain't going to show you how to do that because it's simple, and I don't really want to make this video too long. Alrighty, so after I got that solenoid on, the solenoid clicked, but the starter ain't working. So, and the starter ain't stuck, but I'm gonna take it apart and see if we can fix some corrosion. If not, I don't know what else we're gonna do. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, so well, we took it to a place, the starter. We've played with it, and well, I couldn't clean it out. I actually had to take it somewhere, and I thought about getting a new one. At first I was like, they're a little pricey. Well, they put their new brush springs in here, because the other ones are bad. And then they bench tested it, and well, starter worked. So the problem was really related to was the brush springs in here. So yeah, and also what else I was going to talk about as well, the plugs. No, I ain't broke them off yet, but what else I was going to say as well, we're going to try, I still got to get a starter mountain boat for this, so I'll wait on that, of course. So here's the plan. If I can't get them plugs out, what's going to end up happening is, because I don't want to strip that head or break the plugs in. So what else I'm going to do is, well, if I could get the motor to like run by dripping fuel or pouring some fuel down its tank, down the carburetor throat to the intake, to get it to run like that, if I can. I would like to take the plugs out and put ATF in that, but I don't know if I can do that without breaking them. What I think it needs is, it needs some heat, and it'll help break the rust loose with that heat. And so I don't know if I'll have to heat it, or if I'm going to have to get the motor to run if I can. Alright, and well, what else I was going to say is, well, I'm getting ready to install this thing, the starter in. I got some of this grease, and I even slide the gear out, like I turned the gear like in the starter position, and I put some grease around it, everything, so it helped. But yeah, so let's get this thing installed, and we'll see if it'll crank over with the starter. Alrighty, so I've got the starter in, and Dad helped me put the battery in. So let me get you all set up. Let's see if this thing will crank over with the starter.
It almost hit.
Did it really? No.
It cranks.
Alright, Dad, so I'm going to try something here. Go in there and crank it. I'm going to test for spark. I doubt it's got spark, but where can I put it at? Go ahead. Nope. We'll have to clean the points. She cranks over though.
Cranks over pretty quick. And
it sounds like it's got compression.
Yeah.
So that means So probably the valves are probably not that stuck or something, but I'm gonna take that cap off. I'm gonna clean the points here. So yeah, that's good. It cranks over by hand or by the battery. So let's see what it looks like in here. Probably not that great, but wow, it actually don't look that bad in there. Just a little corroded, but yeah. See, there's my rotor. Give me a second here. Yeah, they're a little bit corroded, so let's clean the points here. If we can. Get you all set up. Alrighty, so after sanding the points, I'm gonna have Dad crank it, but I got some fire. Cranker. Alright, I got some fire, so that's good. Alrighty, so let's see what'll happen. Go ahead. Oh. Well, it's alright. It's been a few days later. And after we've been cranking and cranking on this thing, trying to get it to fire, it wouldn't want to pop. And I'm not getting spark to the plugs. And also, I think them plugs are bad. I think it's got enough compression because I put my hand over it. It's pulling my hand down constant. It ain't like pulling it, stopping, pulling it. It's pulling it down constant. So I think the compression's good on this. I just need to pause on over here. He's getting we're going to heat these plugs up. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and spin them plugs out after a little bit of heat. And then what I want to do is I've got plugs, plug wires, cap and rotor, points condenser on order. I also need to get a ignition coil. Well, ignition coil works, but I may get an ignition coil that does not require the ballast resistor or the external resistor. But yeah, while Paul's getting ready to set up the torch, we're going to see here if we can get them plugs out. Alrighty, so we have to manage to actually break the propane torch out. And we've got one out, and I'm getting ready to put some ATF in that one. And then we're going to try and get the rest of these out. Well, alrighty. We managed to get all 4 plugs out without snapping them off. So that's good. And now what I'm getting ready to do is I'm getting ready to pour some ATF in each of these cylinders, which is each of these spark plug hose. And I'm gonna let these sit while I wait on parts and everything. So whenever I get parts in, I'll see you all in about a second for you all. But yeah, we also got some old plugs that from old lawnmowers we're just going to put in so it won't get water in them. But yeah, so you'll see me in about a second when I get parts in. Alrighty, so it's been a few days later, and I've got new plug wires over there, and I still got the old lawnmower motor plugs in because I got them ordered and they'll be here probably tomorrow-ish. But yeah, so also got even though that coil's still good, I've got another 12 volt, but it don't require a resistor, and I would like to delete that resistor. So yeah, and here I got some parts in here. I've got a few things. I've got there's my rotor. I got points condenser in here. And I also got my cap, my distributor cap in here, and it's got the rotor button in here, so yeah. So let's get over here and start, see if we can take the points out and see if we replace them. And yeah. So let me just do like I did, take that off. I'll take that back off. Yeah, it's probably good to replace anyways, so I'll just set that aside up there. And see, here's my rotor. Yeah. Anyways, probably a good thing replacing that. Let's see. Our dust. I'm assuming that's what that's called. I just can't believe that thing's actually made of. It's made of actually aluminum. That's what I never thought. Well, most of these I've played with were just plastic, but these are actually aluminum. So I've got here set of points in here. Alrighty, so flathead screwdriver, and I'm going to have to take them out, and yeah. So let's get to taking them points out. Alrighty, so well, I didn't manage to get the points out. This one head right here, that top bolt where it holds the condenser wire on, is rounded off, and well, the Jeep ain't near. It's here on the. It's here, but it ain't close enough to the shop, and I'm just trying to get it running here where it's sitting at right now. But yeah, I've got the new cap and rotor here. So there's the new rotor. Let's see how that goes on. And that goes on. Let's see. Right, so that means it goes on like that, or well. Yep. Oh, one thing I forgot to put on. This. I'm gonna put that on. There we go. I've got the new rotor on, and now I've got a new cap. You just align that up with this. If I can get it here. Or there we go. And now we'll. That's one. Alright, I'm gonna have Dad crank her. Let's see if we got some spark now after I got that cap and plug wires on. Go ahead. Okay. We've got spark now. Alrighty, so we're ready to pour some of these two-stroke mix in here. And then I'm gonna have Dad in here to crank it. Go ahead. Oh! She'll run! Alrighty, so it's been a few days since I've touched this, and since we've got the motor to fire over, so that's actually good. But so I've got a set of these Champion plugs. They're RJ8C. I'm gonna go ahead and take this breather cap off. And what I'm going to do is so I can put new plugs in it. And what I'm going to do then is, well, I'm going to get I got an external tank. I'm going to probably hang on the top in one of the rust places but and I want to feed the fuel line. I want to take this off. I either try and hook it up to the mechanical pump, but I doubt the mechanical fuel pump down there is good. So I'm just going to get a fuel line and hook it straight up to this fitting right here on the carburetor, and I'm just going to take that off if I can. But most likely I'll just try and hook it up to the mechanical fuel pump if I can, but yeah. So, yeah. Alrighty, so now let's see what we can do. Alrighty, so we got a gas can rigged up, and I got the battery hooked up. Also got the new plugs in, so now we're going to see if we can get this thing to run.
Hold it.
I may need you to open up the throttle. Ready?
Yeah.
Got cranker?
Yeah. Oh, you gotta put some fuel in it.
Yeah. Alright, let's try her again.
Go ahead.
She's trying to run.
Wait.
Give her some gas.
All right. Oh. Okay. This stupid thing.
I know the line ain't that great, but yeah. Alrighty. Try her again now.
Pour some more gas in.
Alright. I don't think the accelerator pump ain't working, Paul. Let's try her. Give her some gas, Paul.
All right.
Alrighty, so we've been playing with the Jeep for a minute, and well, I can't get it. It keeps on flooding, and when I move this, I can't really get the accelerator pump to actuate. So, and we've moved the Jeep in closer to my shop, my building here. And it was originally sitting. It was sitting here. It's sitting at the gates over there where the cows are. But yeah. So what I'm going to do is, well, I'm going to take this carburetor off right here. This carburetor right here. It's got two nuts on it holding it on. And I got to take off this throttle linkage and the rest of this choke. And that choke cable stuff, so I'm going to have to get a new choke cable and everything. So I'm going to take this carburetor off. Then we'll go over here to my bench, but my bench is full, so I'll just set it on my lift. I got a platform on my lift that I can just set on for now. But yeah, so I want to get this carburetor off. We're going to open it up and see if we can if we can figure it out, or if I have to wait to get a carb kit. Alrighty, so well, it took me a little bit, but I took my time and everything. I've got the carburetor off. I had to cut this choke wire off because this is stuck on here, and plus choke lever stuck, choke cable stuck, so it wouldn't be useful anyways. And that's just all. I'm assuming the choke either hooks up right here. No, that's headlights. Probably like right here, one of these two knobs, but I'll figure that out. But right now I want to focus. I'm going to take this in there. I'm going to disassemble this and see what I can try and fix, if I can fix it. But I'll probably have to get a carb kit, and if I do have to get a carb kit, I'm going to make a separate video of doing a carb kit if I have to, which most likely I am. But for right here now, we're just going to try and see if we can get this thing to run. And yeah, I think the floats could be stuck. But yeah, so let's get in here and take the carburetor apart. Well, alrighty. So, yeah, I'm on my bench call lock. I don't know what you call it. But yeah. So, sorry about that. Just y'all. I got the carburetor here. I'm gonna take the top off. I'm gonna take the float bowl off. Yeah. I just want to see what it looks like in there. So yeah. Alrighty. So well, first thing I took off this, which hooks on right here to this little divot right here. On this way, and you for the choking up here, and someone had this piece of wire taped up, wrapped around. There's supposed to be like a clip or something. So I'm gonna fix that if I can, if this carburetor is rebuildable. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this top off now. So I'm gonna go back and get me a magnetic tray so I can put all my screws in. I got my magnetic tray right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take disassemble this thing, because it needs to be. And I got some flathead screws on top. I'm just going by the way the pictures are. I mean, I've got a manual. I got a manual coming on these Jeeps. I got one of them ordered. And, oh, yeah. I ain't wanting this to be a too long video, so I'm going to try and cut some parts out. Like taking the screws out. So I'll have to take the top off. Oh, I got one more screw. Two more. I got two more of these. So, yeah. Do one more then. Alrighty, so after about a half hour of messing with this, I got this part off, and I blew through the inlet hole and the needle seats because air won't pass by. And so, and it's got some junk in here, but my accelerator pump wasn't working, but it was stuck, and after it got freed up, it started pumping gas in the throat with what was in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try and clean most of this junk off, and I'm going to put this carburetor back together and put it back on the Jeep, and then we're going to see what will happen. Alrighty, so I've got the carburetor all back together. I just took it apart and cleaned it, and the accelerator pump was stuck, and I put a little grease around that leather. I think it's a leather thing, just to see, but it does pump, because when I sprayed carb clean in, it shot out inside the throat. So that's good news, because it wasn't doing that earlier. So I'm going to put the carb back on, and what else I'm going to do is, well, I'm going to, for now, because it's missing that clip that was off before I took it off, and someone just had a wire and stuff on it, I'm going to leave this part off for now, So yeah, so I'm gonna go over here and get this thing installed. Alright, now let's try her. Ha ha! Yep, I just run out of gas. Yeah! It'll run. Let's see if I can get it to run longer. Well, what happened? I just lost power. Alrighty, so that's all I wanted to know. It will run. And it's actually try to run off the gas. And I think the carburetor will be alright for now. I ain't going to spend money on a kit as of right now because, like I said, if it sets and I don't want to. So yeah. But yeah, that's good. So I want to know if it runs. And it does run. So I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to get a fuel pump ordered because I'm sure that one's dead. I may also go ahead and get a gas tank and a sending unit on ordered. And then we got to tackle the brakes on this thing. And I think the clutch is stuck, but yeah. The transmission, I got to get the shifter works, but yeah. But that'll be on another upcoming video, so yeah. Alrighty. Thank you all for watching Tractors and such. Please give it a like and subscribe. And now we're going to Paul with the devotion.
Today's devotion is Genesis chapter 3, beginning at verse 18. Thorns also and thistles shall bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herbs of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and to dust thou art to return. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the woman of all the living. Unto Adam also and to his wife did the Lord God make coats of skin, and clothe them. And the Lord God said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. Therefore, the Lord God sent him forth out of the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from whence he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims, and a flaming sword which turned every way, to keep the way of the tree of life. Thank you for watching Cade's video today. God bless you. See you on the next post.